2 weeks after abduction, Sokoto school children freed. Defense headquarters declares Bello, Turji, Simon Ekpa, 96 others wanted. Experts raise health concerns over poor hygiene of popular street commodity. Another foreign scene, 4 suspects arrested after at least 133 killed in Moscow concert attack. Hello and welcome to Trust News Hour. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. Now the news. Security operatives in Sokoto State, in collaboration with their counterparts in Zamfara, have rescued 16 Almajiri children and a woman abducted in the Gada local government area of Sokoto State. The rescue operation, according to the Sokoto State government, was done in collaboration with the Office of the National Security Advisor. The suspected terrorists had earlier contacted the teacher of the Sangaya school, demanding ransom as confirmed by the Sokoto State Police Command. But 2 weeks later, the abducted Almajiri children and the elderly woman were rescued and rehabilitated by the Sokoto State government. During the event, the garrison commander of the 8th Division, Brigadier General Alexander Tawasimi, expressed joy at the rescue. Daily Trust Regional Editor Ishao Adamo is joining us via phone call to give an update. Hello, Ishao. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now, what more have we learned, or rather have you learned about this rescue operation, and what are the authorities saying about their counter-offensive operations?
Well, like you have said in the story, the commander in charge of the area said him and the governor of Sokoto State have said the rescue is in line with the effort made by the security agencies in collaboration between those that are handling the security issues in Sokoto and the Zamfara State government. So this is a collaboration effort between the security agencies through the Office of the Security Advisor. So they have tried their best, and finally the abducted children and a woman were rescued successfully.
All right. So now, is it accurate to say that there is a renewed vigor to push back bandits and their notorious attacks from the security agents?
Yeah, we can say that because they have been charged by the president that they should rescue all the abducted people. If you can recall, when the bandits abducted students in Kaduna State, the president gave that charge. So this is an effort made by them. So it is up to be commended that they have tried and rescued these people on hot. And even the residents, they are happy with the development. Like I have said previously, these children were from different places. Some were from Duntaye, outskirts area in Sokoto, and some were from Gorenyo, and others from Gada town, that is Gada local government area of the state. So the residents were very happy with the new development, and they are calling on government to sustain the tempo to rescue the other abducted people.
Okay, so you shall now, earlier in the story we read that these rescued victims have gone through rehabilitation by the state government. And the next question is, have they now been reunited with their families?
Pardon?
Have they been reunited, the rescued victims, the children and the elderly woman, have they been reunited with their families?
Well, the last time we saw them is at Government House, and from all indication from there, they are going to be reunited with their respective families. So obviously, I think by now they have been reunited with their families.
Okay, thank you so much, Ishal, for this update on the rescue operation in Sokoto State.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Good evening. Now to Northeast, where troops of 7th Division Nigerian Army have eliminated 5 terrorists of the Islamic State of West African Province and their counterparts in the Northeast region. A statement issued by Major General Nyema Wachiko, Director, Army Public Relations, said the troops in an aggressive clearance patrol conducted on Friday successfully cleared 6 villages where terrorists hibernated with their hostages. Wachiko said the troops came in contact with the terrorists and fiercely engaged them in a gun battle, eliminating 5 of them. He added that the troops also rescued 78 persons, including 35 women and 43 children held hostage by the terrorists. In Kaduna State, the police command has arrested a suspected bandit kingpin linked to the Catholic Church attack and the killing of a seminarian, Stephen Neyman, in the Zangu area of Kaduna State. The command said it arrested the suspected mastermind of the September burning of Central Falls Catholic Church, during which the seminarian was killed. According to the spokesman of the command, Mansur Hassan, the suspect Yakubu Saidu was arrested on Thursday by police operatives at Zangu Urban. The police, in a statement, said the suspect has also confessed to his involvement in the attack and the killing of the seminarian, adding that one of his gang members who facilitated the assault is on the run. His arrest comes about 7 months after bandits attacked the church's rectory and killed Stephen. This also set the parish house ablaze after a failed attempt to abduct 2 priests working in the parish. Still staying with security stories, no fewer than 97 persons have been declared wanted by the Defense Headquarters following the deteriorating security situation across the nation. The wanted persons include terrorist bandit leaders and other insurgents causing mayhem in the north and other parts of the country. The factional leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Simon Ekpa, and some of his men, including one notorious killer known as Gentle of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, on Friday confirmed the names of the wanted persons. The list contained names of terrorists from the northeast and northwest, as well as insurgents in the southeast and north central. Bello Turuji, Alhaji Shingi, Malindi Yakubu, amongst others, were declared wanted in the northwest zone. At least 21 insurgents and violent criminals from the southeast and north central were also declared wanted. Moving away from the north down to the southeast, where the Imo State Police Command has confirmed the killing of 2 police officers attached to Mopol 18 by suspected gunmen along Garki Road in Okigwe area of the state. Now, confirming the incident in a statement, the command spokesman, Henry Okoye, said the officers were ambushed in the early hours of Saturday while on patrol duty along Old Gariki Road, Okigwe, by hoodlums who threw dynamite on the officers' patrol vehicle and engaged them in a protracted gunfight. He added that in the process, 2 officers paid the ultimate price while 4 others survived the attack. According to the police spokesman, the Commissioner of Police, Imo State Command, Aboki Danjuma, has tasked operatives to go all out in synergy with other security agencies and hunt down the hoodlums responsible for the attack. The CP has also mandated the Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of Okigwe, the DPO, and other tactical units deployed in Okigwe to embark on visibility patrol, intelligence-led raids of criminal hideouts, and place watertight security to forestall any future occurrence. While empathizing with the families, friends, and loved ones of the deceased officers, the Commissioner assured the people that the command would leave no stone unturned in ensuring that the perpetrators are all arrested and made to face the full wrath of the law. Our reporter in the state, Ajibade Praise, is joining us via phone call to give an update. Hello, Ajibade. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Thank you for joining us. Now, can you give
Yeah,
us a picture of the current security situation in Imo State in the aftermath of this incident?
yeah, it's quite a sad one that the state, despite what is going on, despite all efforts by security agencies to ensure peace in the state, there are still pockets of killing here and there, and it appears that it is not over yet because at some point, about a few weeks ago, the Joint Security Task Force were able to dislodge these dissidents from their hideouts, especially their headquarters where they were operating at somewhere in Osu local government, Ekio to be precise. And ever since they were able to do that, it is expected that peace return, across board in the state. But it appears the dissidents now they've now introduced a new form of operation, which is a kind of guerrilla attack. They attack, and they run back, just like this present one we are talking about now. They use a dynamite on the patrol team of these mobile policemen, and immediately as the thing exploded on their vehicle, they opened fire as well. Two died instantly, but the four who actually survived the attack were the one giving the account of how they were attacked. It's quite a sad one, but then the command is saying they are not going to leave any stone unturned in ensuring that they maintain peace and tranquility. Also, before that, another attack of all the local government, the command was talking about taking care of that yesterday, where they killed 14 persons within the local government.
Okay.
A particular Suya man was
Okay.
killed.
Ajibade, if you can hear me? Ajibade, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, so now you mentioned earlier about the fact that the security agencies are really going into their hideouts. Just like last week or so, we saw the story about their headquarters being attacked and them dismantling their operations in those places. Now, can we call this new attack some sort of, you call it guerrilla attack, but is this some sort of retaliation for what happened last week?
Yes, well, I would say yes. Because the way they are now operating, since they no longer have a base, since the security has been able to, dislodge them for where they were comfortably operating from, I think they want to hit back and show a kind of superiority or gallantry, kind of. I think that's what I would say. It's a kind of, attacking back.
Okay.
To show some form of, I don't know what they intend to achieve with that, but of course they still want to show presence. They still want to show that they are still on ground. I think that's what it is.
Okay. So we can say that, is it safe to say that, since they're aggressively going after these militants now, what can you tell us about the scale of the counter-terrorism operation in Imo State?
Yes, there's been fears and apprehension among the residents. Of course, the security agency are assuring the people that they are on top of their game and they will not end in ensuring that they nip this security challenges to the board. But then, of course, it is one place another attack tomorrow. One promise today, another attack tomorrow. Yes, the residents are hopeful that in no distant time, this thing will definitely come to help.
Yes. Hopefully, the security agencies and agents in Imo State will be able to rid it of that situation. Thank you so much. Ajibade, for joining us tonight on the news.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Stay safe. Now, the Nigerian police have arrested 5 suspects in connection with the gruesome murder of 6 policemen in Ohoro Forest in Uheli North Local Government Area of Delta State. Fox spokesman Olumuyiwa Adejobi confirmed the arrest in a statement, saying the officers tragically fell victim to an ambush by armed assailants while undertaking a mission to investigate disappearance and rescue of 3 of their colleagues in the Ohoro Forest, Delta State. He said while 6 others are currently missing in action, the NPF is set to honor the slain officers, just as the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has ordered the immediate payment of the entitlement of the slain officers to their families. Sugarcane is primarily used for the production of rum or sugar, but in northern Nigeria and other parts of the country, people chew the raw stalk to savor the sweetness of its juice. Now, despite being a common practice across Nigeria, people question the hygienic condition of the sugarcane, as vendors are usually seen on the streets using wheelbarrow to sell from place to place. Trust TV's Bello Musa spoke to some sugarcane vendors on the streets of Kaduna, as well as a nutritionist who highlighted the danger of taking exposed sugarcane.
Vendors of this tropical grass usually go to the farms where they buy the sugarcane, peel off the hard skin from the stalk, and cut them into different sizes for buyers to choose depending on the cost. While some buy and take home for further cleaning, others chew theirs almost immediately, raising concerns of how hygienic they could be for immediate consumption. Most of us look a little bit rough because of the nature of sugarcane. Their stalks are always dusty and dirty when we go to pick them up. As for washing them, we use borehole water, so we try our best to keep them clean. We look somehow unkept because we don't have money to get good clothes. Secondly, I had wanted to take my bath, but if I delay, I may not meet the consignment that I am supposed to get my supply from. That's why I had to go out without a shower. Honestly, some people don't buy the sugarcane because of our appearance, but we still want people to patronize us so that we can earn a living. Many believe sugarcane vendors need some sort of awareness in order to be more hygienic in their business.
It's an effort that has to be made because the people who are still consuming this sugarcane still consume it, and it's openly. Hardly you see some people using plastic leather to cover the sugarcane because of no awareness. It's been sold openly and people keep consuming without washing.
Although experts say sugarcane has rich nutrients that help human body, they however warn that overexposing it by vendors could be harmful.
The environment the sugarcane is sold is not fit enough. And also the person selling the sugarcane, his hygienic condition is not favorable. So, and you are taking it is something that we don't heat in order to say maybe it will kill the germs or other unwanted microorganisms. You take it raw. And the process of taking it, all these infections or all these contacts of the environment to the sugarcane and also other things may affect you. So,
according to the sugarcane vendors, the present cost of living is affecting their business as the cost of a stalk of sugarcane has skyrocketed, making it difficult for them to maximize profit. Bello Musa, Trust TV News, Kaduna.
Following the change of weather and relative supply of electricity, the price of ice block has drastically reduced in Kano. Trust TV correspondent Idris Jibrin reports that one block of ice is now sold at 200 naira as against 800 naira in previous days. His report.
The demand of ice block usually goes high during harsh weather and the holy months of Ramadan. From the early days of Ramadan, a block of ice is sold at between 500 to 800 naira, largely due to increase in demand and other related factors.
It's an open business, which the world will fail. People that are doing it, they are having a lot of gain. It's just like it's a seasonal business, which at least it's just once in a year the gain comes. And we pay for light every month. You sell, you didn't sell, you got to pay for light. And the seasonal is just for once in a year. After that once in a month, the rest is just like we are just doing 50-50 with the boy that, just like you are saying it, the boy will tie it. We are buying a drum of water now, around that kind 1.5. We buy leather. A lot of expensive come along.
According to traders, inadequate supply of electricity, harsh weather condition, and increase in demands are largely responsible for the price hike.
You know, anything pertaining water, they will tell is free, which is not free. All those kind of challenges, and people outside will come and buy. They'll come and buy at the rate of 300, 250. They want to be selling it 1,000, 700. People will be costing us, which we are selling in an affordable price.
But Kano's weather has now dropped to about 27 degrees Celsius, and the supply of electricity improved, leading to low demand of ice block by the residents.
You know that one, they are agents now. They will carry their sack and buy it from our place and take it to May Road. They'll be selling it 1,800. Wood today, we sell it 150, 100 naira. And then the big one. The pure water leather, we sell it 1,000 naira. In my own boys, I have more than 20 boys that are benefiting in my business.
Although the price has now reduced drastically, but there are growing concerns amid poor electricity supply across the country.
This is the news hour on Trust TV. Coming up ahead, we tell the story of the Kaduna twins leading identical lives. More news when we return. Please do stay with us. This is the news hour on Trust TV. Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Now a recap of our top stories. 2 weeks after abduction, Sokoto school children freed. Defense headquarters declares Bello Turji, Simon Ekpa, 96 others wanted. In Kano State, the governor, Abba Yusuf, has kicked against the implementation of the Ramadan feeding program in the state. During an unscheduled visit to one of the centers at the municipal local government area, the governor expressed dissatisfaction with the quality of food being cooked and served to the people. While alleging sabotage in the exercise, he questioned the quality and quantity of food he saw as against the one approved by the government. He therefore directed his Chief of Staff, Shehu Wada, to take note of the development and brief him on a daily basis. With the exercise gulping a whopping 6 billion naira, many have raised concerns and identified loopholes in the project, which is meant for the holy month of Ramadan.
Look at this nonsense. Look at this nonsense.
Who gave you materials to cook? Don't let me come back and see this repeat itself. We will not accept dishonesty and mismanagement of public resources.
The federal government says that it will deploy the use of technology among other mechanisms to aid transparency and check fraud and other misconduct as it prepares to redesign and relaunch the National Homegrown School Feeding Program. Senior Special Assistant to the President on School Feeding, Yetunde Adeniji, revealed this during an exclusive chat with Trust TV's Sagir Ibrahim at the State House in Abuja. Take a look.
President Bola Tinubu on January 12th ordered the suspension of all programs being implemented by the National Social Investment Program Agency, the NSIPA, for 6 weeks. A statement by the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation had revealed the suspension followed the investigation of alleged corruption in the management of the agency and its programs. The 4 programs suspended are the Empower Program, Conditional Cash Transfer Program, the Government Enterprise and Empowerment Program, and the Homegrown School Feeding Program. Trust TV reports that 9 weeks after the suspension, the school feeding program, among other programs, have yet to resume. Dr. Yetunde Adeniji, the Senior Special Assistant to the President on School Feeding, explained the delay by stating that the federal government is taking its time to ensure a robust and sustainable program when relaunched.
Government is looking to ensure that the school feeding program goes well. And what you see as delay is actually, you know, government ensuring that all I's are dotted and all T's are crossed. Government wants sustainability within the program. Nothing good comes fast. Things take time. And in order for something to be sustainable for years to come, that would even surpass this present administration, you'd have to plan it well. And that is what the president, you know, wants. He wants a situation where when the program decides to kick off, it will kick off bigger, better, and larger without any constraints or any issues.
The SSA revealed the government's plan to adopt digital technology to help checkmate corruption and improve transparency of the program.
So one of the things that we're going to deploy into the school feeding program this time around would be technology. We are going to ensure that technology plays a huge part in this homegrown school feeding program this time around. And this would, you know, enable, you know, us to have real-time, real data. We are going far and wide to ensure that, you know, states that will be imputed on the dashboard or whichever, you know, system we have finally agreed on, you know, would be able to see what is being given to these kids, real time, real data. So it's not a situation where you would come and say, oh, you know, the school A got this, and at the end of the day, it wasn't like that.
Dr. Adeniji says the government is also engaging stakeholders, especially at the grassroots level, to take ownership of the program for proper monitoring and evaluation.
Most importantly, what we're trying to do this time around is to give a sense of responsibility to the local government. They have to have ownership of this program because this program is actually meant for them. So if there is no ownership, then how do you quantify a lot of things within the program itself? You know, how do you, where's the feedback mechanism? And then also would also have an avenue for individuals, you know, parents especially of those kids, you know, when they go to the school and they see what is given to their children, they would be able to, you know, send a message to most of the platforms to say, oh, look, the food today was fantastic, thumbs up, or it could be better in so aspect. And that is how we can have sustainability of the program across board.
The National Homegrown School Feeding Program was first launched by former President Muhammadu Buhari in 2016 and was suspended in January 2024 for concerns around large-scale corruption, lack of transparency and accountability, among others. On January 13, 2024, President Bola Tinubu established a special presidential panel appointing the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister for the Economy, Wale Edun, to review and audit financial frameworks and policy guidelines of NSIPA's programs. Sagir Ibrahim, Trust TV News, Abuja.
For more, you can watch the full interview on Trust TV's YouTube page. Now, a 300-level student of the Department of Geography, Federal University in Yobe State, has been killed in a fire incident at the female hostel of the school in Bade local government area of the state. The Executive Secretary of the Yobe State Emergency Management Agency, Muhammad Goje, confirmed the incident. Reports say the fire started around 1 p.m. on Saturday, forcing students to scamper to safety, while those injured were being evacuated to the specialist hospital for medical attention. The cause of the fire incident is still sketchy, but some students suspect a cooking gas might have caused it. An amateur video showed the school's Vice-Chancellor, Maimuna Wazir, consoling one of the students who narrowly escaped the fire incident. Officers of the Nigerian Customs Service are making relentless efforts to curb smuggling activities at the nation's border. The latest effort is a thwarting of a smuggling attempt by the Adamawa Taraba Command officers who chased down smugglers on the Mubi-Saudo Road to prevent the menace at the territorial borders. The public relations officer of the command, Naomi Titus, said during the operation, the officers encountered fierce resistance from the smuggler who attempted to set both officers and their official vehicles on fire. She added that with the intervention of the Nigerian Army after a call for reinforcement, a potential disaster was averted. Naomi, however, said one officer sustained severe injuries while the windshield of an operational vehicle was shattered. She said despite the setback, the team successfully secured, evacuated and seized 1,125 liters of PMS packed in 45 jerry cans. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has alerted the public, especially those with relatives abroad, of a new fraudulent scheme being masterminded by scammers posing as NDLEA officers. NDLEA's Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, issued the alert in a statement released on Saturday. He said the scammers usually call unsuspecting citizens to inform them of the arrest of their relatives at the Murtala Muhammad International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos, or any other international airport in Nigeria with illicit drugs upon arrival in the country. They then make a demand of millions of naira from panicking family members to facilitate the release of such persons from NDLEA custody. He urged the public to be wary of such gimmicks and quickly report same to the authorities. In Benue State, the Wurukum River Bank Slaughterhouse is the most popular in Makurdi, the capital, because of its vantage position. Hundreds of residents of the state capital buy meats from this slaughterhouse on a daily basis. Jimmy Adzande visited the scene and files in this report.
This is the area view of the market, home to many youths who are employed in slaughtering, roasting, washing and retail of the meat processed in the slaughterhouse. The workers here say they are not comfortable with the unhygienic nature of the environment and call on the state and local governments to do the needful.
Here, I just water, we look for water, see about see everywhere dry. So we need help. We need help for government, I beg.
The whole environment is not well clean, and the borehole the government provide for us too, they didn't complete it.
Residents who patronize the slaughterhouse are also worried about the infrastructure in the environment.
We don't have road here. Most of our customers, they can't drive inside the abattoir. And parking their vehicle on top of that bridge is risky. So our main challenge is roads, nothing more than that. And at the same time, look, during last regime of our ex-governor, they dig borehole here for us, but it's not working.
As you can see, this is abattoir, and of course, it has offered a massive employment to so many persons here. There are a lot of work going on here, cutting from the slaughtering, the butchering, the roasting, all are different segments, and a lot of persons are benefiting from it. But the little challenge we have here is, as you can see, the environment. We have the problem of water.
The Livestock Department, the State Ministry of Agriculture, says many years of neglect caused the decay of facilities. They, however, shared optimism that the earlier government will fix all the slaughterhouses in the state.
We have had this problem for a while now. It has come from past administrations. And so much of effort has been put into try to get it in the shape that it should be. I'm sure that His Excellency passing through there doesn't like what he sees as well as you did not, and even us here. So I assure you that with the marching orders we have now, the documents will soon get to him, and I am believing that he is going to do the needful.
While staff of the Livestock Department usually vet the animals at the slaughterhouse, health experts ask residents to wash the meat properly before cooking for consumption. Jimmy Azande, Trust TV News, Makurdi.
The narrative of identical twins navigating and conquering life's challenges may be familiar, yet the tale of Professors Hassan and Hussaini Ishaq is particularly remarkable and captivating for many Nigerians. Raised in Kaduna, these identical twins have been inseparable since childhood journeying through life together and reaching the pinnacle of academia as professors. Abdullah Ahmadi tells us more about the phenomenal twins.
For Hassan and Hussein, life is a mixture of sorrow and happiness, but the ability to surmount the hurdles is what makes life easier and interesting. Hassan and Hussein are professors of agricultural economics who had their PhD at the University of Ilorin, the Kwara State capital. They obtained their first and master's degrees at the famous Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. The twin brothers went to the same schools from primary up to the university level, doing everything in common, and amazingly got married same day, and at the moment blessed with 5 children, with 4 boys and a girl each. These twin professors have chosen lecturing as a profession, currently working at the Federal University Dusima Fuduma, Kaduna State.
We have a friendly relationship with him because most lecturers, whenever they lecture us, we don't understand easily, but his own is perfect.
They have a good relationship with the students. They took us as friends. After the lectures, we can consult them for that. So we didn't understand, and we get a feedback from them. So that's so amazing. That was the kind of relationship every student will like to have with his lecturers or MSFers.
Though both Hassan and Hussein are introverts, but that does not deter them from taking some bold steps at a level regarded as the most tasking. The identical twins are so difficult to identify individually, but if students or colleagues approach any of them to sort out something, they oblige even if one of them knows he is not the person supposedly meant for the task.
It will be looked upon as a collective opinion of the two of us, even though it's one person that spoke. Okay. So that's why Andrew has been there.
They believe that whatever he says, I believe in it, I agree with it. Even if I'm not there, even if I don't agree with him. Yeah. So they just merge and say, the twins say this.
Back home, the identical twin professors are not just brothers, but intimate friends whose love, care, and compassion know no bound. Even during courtship, both Hassan and Hussein spent time together before their marriage at a ceremony which was also held same day, same time, and same venue in November 2006. The children in these 2 separate families hardly understand who is their biological father and who isn't, because the professors do their fatherly role to all the children and the rest of their family members to the best of their ability. Born to the family of Ishaq Ibrahim and Mariam Idris in Kawo, Kaduna on the 9th August 1973, Hassan and Hussein attended Kaduna Capital Primary School after the usual Quranic education, from where both of them proceeded to Government College, Kano. Both Hassan and Hussein live peacefully and happily in Kaduna. Rice and beans is the favorite food of these identical twins who detest injustice but like watching English Premier and Champions Leagues, as well as watching news channels and traveling. Abdullahi Ahmadi, Trust Television News, Kaduna.
There you have it, such a strong bond those two have. Now in Borno State, the governor Babagana Zulum has flagged off the construction of Maiduguri's 3rd flyover at West End area. The project, amongst others, is aimed at boosting infrastructure development in the state. The report.
The flyover, which will span a length of 472 meters, is expected to be completed in 1 year. While cutting the tape to flag off the project, Governor Zulum said the construction is part of his campaign promises to urbanize and upgrade the capital city by reducing traffic congestion and road accidents, while also creating jobs for Borno youth. The governor, who assured of completing all projects before the end of his tenure, also revealed that about 4 billion naira has been paid for the project, warning that no variation will be allowed.
Around 200 meters for
This is the structural drawing, Your Excellency, as you can see. The length of the field is going to be about 5.5 meters. So, inshallah, if this work is going to be answered in 1 year, it is going to create more jobs, the town will look more aesthetic, and at the same time, Your Excellency will reduce congestion, traffic congestion in this area. Also, reduce accident.
This flyover that we are doing is not only for aesthetic consideration, but the most important thing is to reduce vehicular congestion around this area. If you can notice, within Metropolitan Council, custom roundabout was one of the busiest roundabout before then. But you can look at custom now. No more vehicular congestion at custom roundabout. The second most busiest place is the Borno Express Junction. And then now we have, addressed the issue of congestion at Borno Express Junction.
Meanwhile, the Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum has distributed food palliatives to more than 30,000 households in communities of Mafa local government. Governor Zulum said the palliative is to cushion the effects of the hardship and support the Ramadan fast. The governor appreciated the federal government and the Northeast Development Commission (NEDC) for the humanitarian support it provided to complement the efforts of the state government.
There is a need for us to strengthen the resilience of the community, and therefore, there is peace now in Borno State, especially in Mafa. There is emerging peace. So people should be encouraged to go to their farmlands, cultivate their farmlands, and then there is need for us to stop distribution of food items in the next few years, 1 or 2 years. And then the outbreak of fire is also something that is worrisome. We went to the extent that some IDPs, deliberately used to set their houses into houses ablaze, so that they are trying to, get government attention, and they receive some support.
Borno State for this bringing palliative at this time, because now we are in time of Ramadan period. People, they need this kind of things, and His Excellency is trying his best. He's touring the local government here and there, Even the last week, he distributed in Maiduguri Metropolitan and Jere. If you see the caliber of people that they are suffering and they are laughing when they are receiving this kind of gift, we really pity them, and we really appreciate the Excellency, and we appreciate His Royal Highness for the support on the prayers that they given to the Borno State and entirely Nigeria.
Zulum added that his administration will strengthen the resilience of the resettled communities to engage in agricultural activities as it plans to stop distributing food palliatives in the next 2 years. Bitrus Kuruti, Trust TV News, Maiduguri.
In business, the Debt Management Office, DMO, has disclosed that Nigeria's public debt rose to 97.34 trillion naira, equivalent to $108 billion as of the fourth quarter of 2023. DMO made this known in a statement made available to journalists on Friday. This increase in debt levels was basically attributed to new domestic borrowing initiatives undertaken by the federal government. The new borrowing by the government is aimed at partially financing the deficit outlined in the 2024 Appropriation Act, alongside disbursements from both multilateral and bilateral lenders. According to the DMO, while domestic debt accounted for 61% of the total public debt, external debt accounted for 39% of the total debt owed by Nigeria. DMO said it has continued to employ the best practices in public debt management and is committed to shore up revenue to support debt sustainability. In December 2023, the DMO said that Nigeria's total public debt as of September 30th, 2023 was 87.91 trillion naira, or $114.35 billion. President Bola Tinubu says his administration will unleash a number of measures to revive the economy based on the recent appreciation of the naira. According to the president, this was in line with the current appreciation in the value of the naira due to various steps taken to curb activities of illegal money speculators. The report. The special advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, disclosed this during a session with State House correspondents on developments in the country. Ngelale said government is disbursing over 150 billion naira from the Bank of Industry and smitten on single-digit interest rate, and also giving loans of up to 2 million naira to hundreds of thousands of small and medium-scale enterprises across all the local government areas to boost the economy. Special advisor will enjoin Nigerians to work together to strengthen the naira by patronizing goods and services made by Nigerians across the value chain in different sectors. Also expressed optimism that the naira will gain some stability when the new minimum wage comes into effect.
We want a strong currency. We want the spending power of our people to go up. We want every naira and kobo we earn to be more valuable, not just here, but when we travel abroad. The way to achieve that is by doing just this. In addition to that, His Excellency Mr. President, beyond the appeal to Nigerians to actively and intentionally make that decision every day to patronize made in Nigeria products and services across the board.
Ajuri extended the President's request to every Nigerian to join in the effort to turn the tide against unscrupulous citizens working to undermine the economy.
Nigerians are well aware that judicial officers in the country are going to finally have internationally competitive pay rates, salary scales, which is very important for us, very strategic in the sense that we can dramatically reduce the impact that corruption has always played in the judiciary, which has an impact on not just the ability of Nigerians to get effective justice in the country, but also to ensure that businesses who we are now asking around the world to invest in Nigeria have a judicial system that they can trust with respect to any litigation that could arise from business practice in the country. The effects are huge.
Nigerians who have witnessed the strengthening of the Nigerian naira against the United States dollar in the last few days say if the trend is sustained, the economy will revamp in no distant time. Now, away from Nigeria, Senegal's presidential candidates on Friday guarded crowds of supporters for their final rallies, marking the end of a rushed campaign for what is considered an unprecedented election after weeks of political crisis. 7 million people are eligible to vote on Sunday in the traditionally stable West African nation set to become an oil producer. After the last-minute withdrawal of 2 candidates, 17 contenders remain in the race for president, with campaigning officially closed at midnight Friday. The winner will be tasked with steering the nation out of years of tension and managing revenues from recently discovered oil and gas reserves. President Macky Sall, in power since 2012, is now standing again, making it the first Senegalese poll where the incumbent is not on the ballot. 2 former tax inspectors are considered the favorites to win. They are the governing coalition's candidate and ex-Prime Minister Amadou Ba, age 62, and anti-establishment figure Bassirou Diomaye Faye, aged 43. Sunday and close at 6 p.m., the Electoral Commission said that's in the stage for a fiercely contested presidential race that analysts say is open and uncertain. In Russia, multiple air attacks on the Russian border region of Belgorod adjoining Ukraine on Saturday killed 2 people and injured at least 7. Further east, an overnight drone attack on the Samara region caused a fire at a major oil refinery, the latest in a series of strikes against Russia's fuel industry. Belgorod governor wrote on Telegram that 2 districts in his region, as well as the regional capital and also called Belgorod, have been hit in drone and air attacks. He posted a photo of a presidential building with the facade partially destroyed. Another person was killed in a drone attack on districts outside the city, he said. In the Samara region, which is about 1,000 kilometers away from the front lines in the east, according to the governor, one of them caused a fire at the refinery. Governor Azarov said in a statement on Telegram, noting that there were no casualties.
They were found and apprehended. They tried to escape. They were moving towards the border with Ukraine. And we have data that suggests that they were about to be moved towards the territory of Ukraine by those in Ukraine. Our military services, our emergency services, everyone our investigators are working on finding out the orchestrators of this terrorist attack, those who gave them transportation, who who gave them weapons, etc. The investigative authorities will do everything to identify all details of this crime, but it's already evident that we face not just a cynically organized terrorist attack, but a massive mass killing of civilians.
That was President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, speaking about the arrest of 4 people who have taken part in an attack on a suburban Moscow concert hall that killed at least 133 people. In an address on Saturday, he said the 4 suspects were believed to be heading to Ukraine. However, Kyiv, as is the capital of Ukraine, has strongly denied any involvement in Friday's attack, which the Islamic State groups affiliated in Afghanistan claimed responsibility for in a statement posted on social media channels linked to the group. Now it's time to join Adini Ajishafe for Sports Update.
Team Nigerian track and field athletes to the 13th African Games ended the campaign with their 4th best position in the history of the Games. Toby Amishan led the gold winners list after defending her 100-meter hurdles title to become the first hurdler to win 3 straight gold medals at African Games. Ese Brumen followed with another historic performance, becoming the 2nd woman to successfully defend a long jump title after Modupe Oshikoya. Quarter-miler Chidi Okezie with another historic moment to win Nigerian first gold in 400 meters in 37 years. The last time a Nigerian quarter-miler mounted African Games podium as champion was in 1987 when Innocent Ebunike ran a 44.23 games record to win gold. Chukwuebuka Enekwechi carved a piece of history for himself as the first Nigerian to retain a shot put gold medal at the Games, while Ruth Usoro jumped 13.80 meters to win the triple jump gold. Her first appearance, Pamela Amechi won her first African Games gold in women discus in the absence of Chiventin champion Chioma Onyekwere. Chinachere Munamdi added to the list of Nigerian history makers after ensuring a return to the African Games podium as champion for the first time in 29 years, with style by setting an 82.80 meter national record in javelin. Nigeria's women 4x400 meter relay race team lived up to expectations to win their 10th straight gold in history of the Games, as men and women 4x100 meter relay teams alongside mixed 4x400 meter relays also scooped gold, with a total of 21 medals in 11 gold, 6 silver and 4 bronze in track and field to boost the medal haul for Nigeria in the 2nd place of the 13th African Games in Ghana. That's Sport News. I'm Adeni Ajishafe.
A lovely outing by the Nigerian team there in the African Games. And that's the size of our package tonight on News Hour. For more news, programs and documentaries, please do well to follow us on all our social media platforms and on our YouTube live stream. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. Thank you for joining us.